Do you want to start a business in the next 30 days, but feel stuck on where to begin? What about if I gave you a step by step blueprint that real entrepreneurs are using from going zero to launch without blowing thousands of dollars or wasting months on planning? What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Joe McCormick, and I work as a business consultant, keynote speaker, and an entrepreneur. For the past 10 years, I've helped business owners build everything from startups to multi-million dollar operations. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step game plan to help you launch your business in the next 30 days. No fluff, just real business moves that are practical and can be started today, even without a ton of money. So, guys, the reality is this: most people will wait months because they overthink everything, they overplan, and they chase perfection. You see, the blueprint is about taking action. You see, progress and execution is far more important than perfection. This is especially true in the beginning stage of entrepreneurship. So, the goal here is by the end of the 30 days, you won't just have an idea, you'll have something real, something tested and ready to grow. All right, before we build a website, a logo, or anything else for that matter, we've got to make sure that you're solving a real world problem, a problem that people are already paying for. And I mean a painful, annoying, take my money if you fix it kind of problem. So let's talk about week number one. So during your first week, you need to choose a niche and an industry. Start where you already have an edge. You either choose a niche because you understand it or you're passionate about it, because that insider knowledge is gold when it comes to spotting problems that people have. So ask yourself this question: what industry have I previously worked in? Where do I have experience? What hobbies or communities am I already a part of? Who do I already hang out with and serve that has money to spend on these problems? Here are some examples. Maybe you're a fitness trainer. Your niche could be busy moms trying to get back in shape and lose weight. Or maybe you're a photographer. Your niche could be real estate agents that need new listing photos. The goal here is to pick one niche, focus on that for the next 28 days. Don't overthink it, just pick one and move forward. Okay, step number two is you need to become a pain point detective. All right, so you've picked your niche. That's awesome. But before you start building anything or trying to sell something, you need to slow down. This next part is all about listening. We're not here to pitch anything, we're here to listen and observe. So think of yourself like a startup version of Sherlock Holmes. Your goal here is simple: it's to find out what's bothering people in your space, what's frustrating them, what's missing, and what's keeping them up at night. So here's how you do it. You need to go to a place where people are ranting or complaining. Now, the first place I would check is Reddit. Go to the subreddits that fit your specific niche, like freelancer, teacher, small business, or whatever you're into. Look for posts where people are venting and complaining, or at least asking for help. That's where the pain points live. Also, join Facebook groups. I would join a few of them. Find a Facebook group that fits your specific niche. Then use that little search bar and look up words like struggling, confused, help, or how do I do this? You'll start to see patterns extremely quick. You can also use YouTube comments to watch videos on a popular niche. Scroll through the comments. People love to share what's not working for them, and that's gold for you. Last but not least, you can use Amazon reviews. So check out a few books or products that target your specific audience. But here's a trick: don't look for the 5-star reviews. Focus only on 2 or 3-star reviews. That's where people say, this was good, but I wish it had XYZ. And that's where your opportunity lies. Also, talk to real world people if you can. This is extremely underrated, but it's extremely powerful. So I'd DM a few people that you know, ask them to jump on a quick call. You don't need a fancy script. I'd just say, hey, I'm doing some research to better understand where people are struggling in XYZ industry. You mind if I ask you a few questions? Be totally casual, no selling, just be curious. Most people are cool with helping. That's where you can completely learn where the opportunity is, where people are truly struggling, so you can help them solve their problems better. So, the final step in this process is asking a specific question. And that question is, what is the most annoying, frustrating, or time wasting part of your job, your business, or your day right now? And then you want to follow up with, what have you tried to fix it? What hasn't worked? If someone can magically fix it for you, how would that make you feel? You see, your goal here is to spot patterns. If 3 out of 5 people are complaining about the same thing, that's your green light. All right, so now that you spent the past few days collecting pain points and validating that there's an actual problem people want solved, it's time to flip that into something they can actually say yes to. So, what I'm talking about is your MVO, your minimum viable offer. So, what is MVO? You want to think of your MVO like a starter version of your business. It's not the final product, it's not a full on app, it's not a polished online course or a big agency package. It's a bare bones solution that answers one simple question: can I help someone get a meaningful result, and can I do it quickly? You don't need fancy tech. You don't need a team. You just need a promise and a process to fulfill it. Okay, the next step is you need to take them from a problem to a transformation. So you need to take that pain point that you uncovered earlier and ask, where is the person now? That's point A. And where does that person want to be? Point B. Now, what's the simple, most direct way that you can get them from point A to point B? Next, you need to choose the format that's easy to deliver. Your MVO should be something that you can deliver quickly and effectively with minimum tools and minimum setup. So there's 6 plug and play formats that you can use when you do this. Number one is like one-on-one consulting or one-on-one coaching. That's where you solve their problem live. Maybe it's a Zoom call, maybe it's a simple phone call, but it's simple and it's really high value. The problem with it is you're exchanging your time for money, so it ends up eating up a lot of your time. The second format is maybe like a digital template of some sort. You're thinking things like PDFs, Notion files, swipe files. You give them the tools and they do it themselves. Third is maybe a mini course or a video series. Maybe you record 3 or 5 short videos and you walk them through the process of how to get from point A to point B. Fourth is local or virtual services. You're thinking things like social media management, home organization, maybe it's website design. Fifth is subscription or accountability offers. You're talking things like weekly check-ins, text reminders, access to private content, things of that nature. Last but not least is done for you startup packages. Now, this is where you do everything for them. Maybe it's the logo, maybe you're setting up their funnel, optimizing their LinkedIn, their website. You're very hands-on, you're doing everything for that specific person. It's very high value. You can charge a lot of money for it, but it does kill your time. Now, it's important to note that MVO must be focused on transformation. Don't focus on the features. Focus on the results when you're going to sell your solution. Okay, step 3, don't build it yet. Just define it. Now, let me repeat that one more time. Do not start building your business, not even a prototype. I'm talking no designing, no developing, no Canva overdose. Your job for the next 6 to 7 days is to write a clear offer statement. You need to map it out on how you're going to deliver it and be ready to pitch it in week 3. First, you need to create an offer statement. The template's going to sound something like this. I help real estate agents go from 0 leads to 5 booked appointments in 2 weeks using my cold DM framework. If you want to make your MVO even more compelling, include maybe a quick starter guide, a checklist or cheat sheet, or a guaranteed outcome if that's appropriate. People love it when you make their life a little bit easier and you give them small wins quickly. By the end of week 1, you should have this. You should have one clear defined offer, one outcome that it delivers, the format that it comes in, the basic steps to deliver it, in a simple offer statement ready to pitch. That's it. Don't overbuild. Don't overthink. Your MVO isn't meant to be perfect. It's meant to get results fast, because next week we go live, we launch, and we get ready for your first sale. So lock in your offer and let's dive into week 2. So now that you've defined your MVO, it's time to make it look legit. Not fancy, just trustworthy. You see, people buy from brands that feel real and relatable. So, week 2 is all about building and branding. So, the first step that you need to do is you need to come up with a business name. Now, I would choose something that's easy to remember, easy to say, and easy to spell. Why? Because if you're telling your friend about your business, you want them to be able to easily find it on Google, easily be able to spell it or say it to another friend if they're trying to refer you. Also, you can consider using tools like Shopify, Name Generator. It'll help you find a business name. Anyways, step number 2 is create a tagline. Think of what is it that I do and who is it that I help? The formula is something like this. I help business owners get customers without spending thousands of dollars on paid ads. Here's another example. Helping coaches get clients without paid ads. Step number 3 is design a simple logo. You can use Canva to design it. It may take you 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. It's not that complicated. But me personally, I go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You can hire a freelancer to do it for $25, $75, and they're going to make it look amazing. But anyways, go to Fiverr.com, find a freelancer, they'll build your logo for you. I would stick with 2 colors max. You want to keep the fonts clean and simple, but stick with 2 colors that you're going to use across all platforms. Your LinkedIn, your website, your logo, they all look the same and have the same type of feel for it. Why? Because that's going to help you build your brand recognition. Step number 4 is you need to buy a domain. What is a domain? So a domain is basically the address that you're going to build your website on. So www.fitness.com would be considered a domain. But if you think of like websites like a website would be the structure of a house. Now, the address of that house is actually the land that you're building it on. Well, a domain is the same exact thing. So people own the domain. Once you own that domain name, like www.fitness.com, nobody else can build a website on that domain because you own that property. So a domain is extremely important for your business. Now, it may take you a little while to find a good domain because a lot of people have purchased these domains up because it's considered property and they can get extremely expensive. So look for 2-word domains max. If you have to do 3, but look for a domain that fits your business and is easy to remember as well. I'd also try to get a .com domain, not like a .org or a .net domain if possible. Look for the .com domains because they're more popular. They're easier to search for, especially for a business. Step number 4 is you need to build a 1-page website. So I'd use something like WordPress or Wix to build that. I have a training video that I'll post in the description with the link. So I'll actually teach you how to build a website using Wix. There's a free version and a paid version. You know, obviously, as you get growing and your business gets growing, I would do the paid because it removes the Wix ads and everything from your website. But the free will work, especially as you're getting going on your business. If you don't want to build your own website, also in the description, book a time in my calendar. We can talk about your project. I would love to build your website for you. I'm affordable and I'm a professional and I'll do a good job. Anyways, just a little reminder, your website doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be clear and professional. Like I said, if you don't want to build it yourself, book a time in my calendar. I can build it for you, especially a 5-page website. I can do that extremely quick. Here's a little secret. People trust people. So what I recommend that you do is you get a few testimonials to build credibility, even before you've sold anything. The key takeaway here is to build trust, not flash. So now that you made it to week 3, it's time to launch and sell your first product or service. The goal here is to make your first sale, even if it's a small one. So the first step that I would take is create a sales script or a pitch. You see, people don't buy when they're confused. You need a clear, confident pitch that shows that you understand their pain and you have a solution to their problem. So the sales flow should go something like this. You have your hook. Have you ever felt? You insert their pain. Then empathy. I've been there, or I've helped people who have been there. Solution. That's why I created, and then you name your offer. Benefit. It helps people go from point A to point B in X amount of time. And then you got your call to action. I'm looking for 3 people this week to test my product or service. DM me if you're interested, and I'll send you the details. Practice this script until it feels natural. So, congratulations, it's now time to launch. But don't worry, you're not going public just yet. You're going local first. I'm talking friends, family, and your online network. These people are going to be your first audience. So, where do you post? I post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, email, text message, something like that. But what are you going to post specifically? Well, it's going to sound something like this. I'm launching something new to help target audience go from pain to result. I'm looking for 3 people to try it out. DM me if you're curious, no pressure. That simple. So now let's fill that in. I'm launching something new to help men go from fat to fit in 6 months. I'm looking for 3 people to try it out. DM me if you're curious, no pressure. You see, the goal here isn't to sell, it's to start a conversation. When you get your first sale, everything changes. You go from idea to income, from dream to reality. After you get your first client, you need to deliver on your offer. Not only deliver, over deliver. Make the process as smooth as possible. Ask them for feedback and ask them for testimonials. Track what works. What made them say yes? What were the objections that they came up with? What excited them the most about your service? The key takeaway is don't aim for perfection. Aim to get paid. So finally, we're on week 4. It's been almost 30 days since we started your business. Now, week 4 is all about systemizing and scaling your business. You see, every great business runs on systems. If it's in your head, it's a hobby. If it's documented, it's a business. So how do we document? Well, you can use things like Notion, Google Docs, Loom. You simply need to record yourself going through each and every single step of the process. I'm talking about service and delivery. Break it into 3 different parts: your onboarding, your fulfillment, and your follow-up. If someone else can do it by reading your documents, you're golden. If they can't do it after reading your documents, you need to continue working on your documentation. Now let's talk about automation. So automation is going to help or stop you from doing the same things over and over again. So use tools like Calendly for your online bookings, Stripe for your payments, Google Forms for your onboarding and your intake. Now here's a pro tip. Use a CRM like Biggin, Zoho, or Go High Level to create email automation responders for your onboarding process. That way, you don't miss steps and everything is sent out automatically to your new client or prospect. By doing this, you can simply click a button and it's automatically going to send them everything that they need as a client. I highly recommend that you do that. And that's it. A real 30-day blueprint to go from zero to launch. If you followed along, you've gone from idea to offer to income in less than a month. Most people dreamed about starting a business. You actually did it. So guys, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, like the video, and also consider subscribing to the channel for more real talk business content. And please drop a comment with the type of business that you're looking to start and where you're at in the process. I also have a link in the description below where you can book a free 45-minute business coaching session with me. I'd be honored to help you grow your business in any way possible. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day.